It has been a struggle to keep up. The houses that I'm doing keep getting bigger and bigger. They require more man hours. A lot of our houses require over 1,000 man hours per house these days, and that is just hard to keep up with just myself and one full-time employee. Over the last year, I've used some subcontractor labor also to bring in and help us keep up, which has been great, but I've really just felt the need with where the business is headed to keep training up high quality craftsmen, and I felt that it was time to bring another guy on board full time, which meant another van. Now behind me is my work van. This is my baby. This is the 2023 Transit 350 all-wheel drive with EcoBoost, high roof extended. That's a big package that is very expensive. And unfortunately, when I bought this a couple years ago, it was even more expensive because these were super rare. I actually flew from Indiana to Minneapolis to pick this up because it was so hard to find all-wheel drive EcoBoosts. Now behind me here is our new van. This is a 2024 regular V6 rear-wheel drive. I decided that it was just not worth spending the extra money to get the EcoBoost, and certainly not worth it to get the all-wheel drive. It's nice, but boy, that price tag really just jumps up quite a bit when you go for those options. So as I continue to grow and need to equip employees, I felt like going with the standard V6 was going to be fine. And of course, we still have the 350 with the high roof and extended to fit all of our tools that we need in there. Let me walk you through and show you some of my favorite improvements that I made on this van. Now, if you've watched many of my van build out videos, you know that I'm big on standardizing and keeping things the same. I like to have all of my toolkits for each of my guys be the same. That way, when we're working on site, we know exactly what toolbox to look in to find a specific tool. Same thing whenever we're helping each other load up at the end of the day. It's so much better to have the vans set up the same way so that we know where everybody's tools go, and same thing to know where to find things whenever we need to look in somebody else's van for something. I guess just starting off right on this back wall, one thing I've done with each van is I've used a different brand of power cord for each van. That way we know what cords go where. This van has rigid power cords. My van has the green Flexilla power cords, and the other van has yellow power cords. The first modification, and I did this on my van when I built it out a couple years ago, was upgrade the floor system. So I got rid of the soft mat that comes with these from Ford and upgraded to, this is by Legend is the brand name, and I believe I got it from upfitsupply.com, but it comes with a hard mat, which is fantastic for sliding stuff in, rolling tools around. So like on all of my dollies and stuff, it rolls around inside the van so much better. But then you can also get these steel thresholds that go on the back and on the side door. Makes it just super crisp. It's only about I shouldn't say only, it's about 1,500 bucks to do this. But when you consider you're gonna have a van on the road for 10 years plus maybe, it's well worth the investment in my opinion. Probably my favorite upgrade that I made on this new van was these 3D printed track saw holders. My original van is a 2016. I had it on the road for almost a decade, and I always used these toggle clamps on the ceiling. It worked, but it was cumbersome. These things are so nice. You just pop that track in, slide, rotate this piece around, and it's locked in, and it's so easy to get out. You can do this one-handed if you need to, no problem. Now the great thing is, I've got these for sale on my website, insidercarpentry.com. So if you want to purchase these, I 3D print them myself, help support me. I'll tell you, it is a fantastic product. I should note, I'm selling them for both the standard FS track, and then this one here is for the FSK track, which you would use with the HKC track saw. So you can get both sizes. This one for the HKC is wider. Moving up here to the front, one of my other favorite things I did was also a 3D print. So these are Stabila level holders, and what it is just a custom block that I 3D printed. It's got a couple steps on it, so it'll hold 2 levels, but there's no rotating parts. You simply slide it over the top, and then it drops down in place, and then it's locked in place, and you can put another level right over the top of it then. So here you see we've got 2 levels nested on top of each other, and one-handed. You can put those away really easily, and it keeps them nice and plumb vertically, and they're not going anywhere. You can through bolt them or screw them, but these are available on insidercarpentry.com also if you want to purchase those. Next, one of my favorite upgrades that I did on this van was to use the PACKOUT mounting plates. Never really used those before on any of my other van build outs, but if you find a spot that's got unused space, it's super versatile. Got the same thing over here, and this has got my Imperial socket set, metric socket set, and tap cons, and you know, it's just handy to be able to just mount that right on the side there. So those are a really cool addition to this van I hadn't done on the others before. Since we've got 3 vans, I color coded labels since all of the kits are the same. That way we can tell which kit goes back on which van. So this van gets the black and orange colored kits. Same thing over here. You'll see on my sustainers, got those labels there. I would like to do the same thing on my packouts, but for now, I just use colored duct tape on those and write what's in it with a big Sharpie marker. Looks fine, but it would definitely be cool to be able to 3D print labels for that also. One of the other reasons I get the extended van is because of the length. You get about 12.5 feet to the bulkhead. That's pretty long to be able to put quite a bit of material, but a lot of times I'm hauling 16-foot material, and if you get this nap-eyed Sortimo bulkhead with the sliding door, you can actually carry 16-foot lengths in here while closing the rear drawers. So I custom build a console that's got a space on the bottom that I can slide long sticks of trim up here. That way if I'm just carrying a small amount, I can carry 16-foot lengths. Sometimes I'll even carry a bunch of beams that are 16-foot long, in which case I'll just pull my console out of here and I can slide 16-foot beams up there as well. I didn't really show it yet, but you'll see that these vans are still basically identical. I mean, they're 95% plus identical, and again, that just makes it super handy whenever you're working as a team to know where everything is at on each vehicle, because it's all the same on all the vehicles. My strategy continues to be to utilize wheels on absolutely everything I can. So you'll see where there's not a wheel well, I've got stacks of tools strategically on wheels, and then I'll use a ramp which goes here on the backs to roll stuff in and out. So how long does all of this take to get done? Man, I tell you what, it is crazy how long it takes to set up all of these different shelving and toolboxes. Thankfully, I kind of felt this growth step was coming last year, and I bought all of the tools actually last year. So I spent time building the PACKOUT stacks and organizing those, cutting the foam, getting all that done last year. And now this year, I only had to basically outfit the van. But I've still spent a ton of time over the last month working on this. Since I've had a job going full tilt as well, that basically leaves weekends to try and get this done, and evenings, and occasionally a day during the week here or there, but it's been brutal. I'm so glad that this one's done, but now I've got to have Paul come take this one. We're gonna switch his tools into this one, and then the new guy is gonna get the older van, but a new set of tools with it. And then I'm gonna have to make modifications to the old van to make it match up with exactly like these, because we've tweaked some things since that van was done. So it's just a lot of work. But again, how long does it take? I bet starting from scratch it's at least 80 hours to set up a van like this. Probably more, honestly. So then there's the question of how much does it cost? Well, I actually got this van for significantly less money than my all-wheel drive van. And it was a year older model, even though it was brand new, it was a year older. This is a 2024, so there's hardly any of these for sale right now. So I got a pretty good deal on it, got some cash back. So I think I was around 50, maybe a little bit more than that on the purchase price. But by the time you do plates, bulkhead, floor system and stuff like that, you know, you're 55, 60. And then I would say on the tools and everything, it's about another 30 to 40, probably 40 on the high end. If you're curious, I've actually made a spreadsheet that has all of the tools that I have in my vans broken down by toolkit, including the packouts, and it'll show you how much all of that costs. It's got links to everything, and it's a spreadsheet so you can see the cost. I'll put a link to that, and then if you use those affiliate links, I get a kickback from that too. But on that spreadsheet, you're looking at about 30 to 40 grand in tools and another 60 for the vehicle. So you're over 100 grand just to get a van set up like this. Is it really necessary to go new with purchasing the van? Well, here's the thing. My original work van that I purchased almost 10 years ago now is still on the road today, and it's still got years left in its life cycle. So that's a 10-year investment. I bought that one brand new. Now, when you consider it's going to take you a couple weeks and a lot of money to put the shelves in and stuff like that, it does not make sense to be switching work vehicles every few years. You want to keep something for a long time, and that's part of why my philosophy has been to buy new. Now, I will tell you, I don't have a loan on this. I paid cash for it. All of the tools are paid for. I'm not taking a risk with doing what I'm doing here, but you make the decision that's going to make sense for you. Now, here's the next question that most guys don't think about. What does it really cost? Sure, we just talked about, okay, it costs 100 grand to buy the van and buy the tools and get it set up. But a lot of guys don't consider the fact that I could take that 100 grand and I could put it in an index fund matching the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ, and that money would double in about 7 to 10 years historically, pretty reliably. So when I think of the ROI I need to get on this van, I don't need to just get my 100 grand back in a short amount of time. I also need to realize that there was a big opportunity cost in me tying up that money in this van for a period of time. So don't sell yourself short when you think about what the ROI is on what you need to charge to get back to recoup not only your investment, but your opportunity cost lost on that capital as well. So I hope that all makes sense. I just wanted to share some of those philosophies that I kind of have with my business for my work vehicles. Standardize and systematize. Keep everything the same. It's going to boost your efficiency and just make it easier to work every day. Set up for success. One thing is, I think my guys would be hard-pressed to go anywhere else to seek employment and get a better tool set up than what I'm giving them. And that's because I want them to have everything that they need to be successful every day, and the rest is up to them. So being set up like this, it makes every day go a little bit easier and makes it more pleasant to work. Invest on the front end. Obviously, it's a big investment up front, but I believe that it's a larger ROI in the long run versus trying to limp along with the bare minimum. And lastly, think long term. The first van that I purchased brand new was a 2016, still on the road today, still being used. That, at this point, that is a really good investment for me. That vehicle is making me money every day. It recouped its ROI a long, long time ago, and it continues to be a good asset. And I hope that these vans will be in that that same way down the road. So hope you enjoyed the update. Like I said, I've been slammed, crazy busy. I am sick of working Saturdays on vans, but that's part of the struggle. That's part of the sacrifice of running your own business. And it just is what it is sometimes. So with that, we'll see you on the next video, and we've got some really exciting stuff coming up end of this year and into next year, so stay tuned.